The Portrait of People exhibition for me initially was I wanted to know more about trans people, so I went on a journey of discovery and to learn more about who the transgender person is. So I did a lot of research to find out who they are before I contacted Trans Radio UK for candidates for the portraits. They introduced me to 15 transgender people who was all featured in the portraits. Trans Radio UK, I approached them and I told them my idea, what I would want to do, and yes, so they partnered with me in the sense that they introduced me to the people, and also I'm doing a fundraiser for their charity, which is Struck Listens, which is a listening service for people who need help. The name, I thought hard along about the name because I couldn't really find a name. So the name came about that I wanted to tell a story about transgender people, but also when I got to know the transgender people, all the 15 people in the portraits, I realized that there's not much really difference between a transgender people and people. So that's why I'm calling it the Portrait of People, because there's no difference between a transgender people and a cisgender person, for instance. So that's why it's the Portrait of People. The biggest challenge, I think, transgender, even in today's society, is facing abuse from people who does not understand who transgender people are. Because people see transgender people and then they take it upon themselves to abuse them, to belittle them and things like that. And I think the biggest, apart from other issues as well, I think that is the biggest issue that transgender people face these days. And that is really the idea of the exhibition, is also to introduce the transgender person to people, so you can see it's not just a trans person, it's actually a person. The only difference between a trans person and somebody else is they've got trans added to their personality. Fifteen paintings was from Trans Radio. One person is from Belfast, and when I got in touch with them, I had a Zoom meeting with them, so I got to know them through Zoom, and we had a chat. And so when I came back to my studio and I asked them to send me a picture of themselves, which I wasn't going to work from. They sent me about 3 or 4 pictures, and I chose from the pictures. And so when I had this Zoom meeting, I went to my studio and I used my knowledge of them on the Zoom, when I had the Zoom with them, to draw from their personality, and I was trying to capture the person that I got to know from Zoom. I don't want to point one out. There is a few. It's extremely heartwarming stories that do come out, which really shows that people are not just trans, they are people, and they've got issues like everybody else. So there's definitely stories that make you really think deeper about every person, yes. That is exactly what my aim is for people just to come and visit and enjoy the atmosphere and see who are people that's not exactly the same as they are, because people react differently to something they don't understand. But if you understand what you see and you understand the person, then you won't be abusive to that person, because I definitely think this is very important. And also, all my subjects were extremely happy about what I did. They actually had a whole radio feature on yesterday after they came to see the exhibition. So it's very important, and especially very important for trans people, that their allies is artists also, yes. The exhibition was opened on the 19th of July, and it's open up till the 14th of August at Arcetera Studio. Doors open from 11 and it closes at 5, so it's open to everyone. The entrance is free, but we do ask or request donations for truck listens, which is a listening service for people in itself.